Hi Andy, this is a second couch video. Hi there. We want to talk about a couple of things like Ezra Moroccan maturation and some questions that we get, and maybe some things that you want to add to this episode. So
Let's start.
let's start.
Okay, so here we are on the couch. We do these couch videos because sometimes we want to talk about what we do, what I do, and it's also the 20th anniversary of Tower Perfumes, my venture that I started alone. Now I do it together with my business partner. I brought something with me. It's a little humble beginnings of when I started creating perfumes, all naturals. And this was the booklet that I kept to write down formulas and mix them out at the very beginning. Since then, of course, I evolved and I changed my craft, but still I use a lot of naturals. I love them. They bring a totally different quality to perfumes. They are very rich in different molecules and perfumes that have a lot of naturals mature in a different way. They are like a whiskey or a good wine that develops over the years, that becomes smoother, mellower, richer, and that also changes colors.
Okay. Before we just go for this topic, because the last episode that we were talking about is that Moroccan, maybe you can talk about the story when it started and the inspirations and what happened.
Okay, you have to imagine 20 years ago, pretty much now 20 years ago, I had one perfume in this little shop in Zurich called Le Maroc, and we wanted to have a second one, which was a little bit more unisex because Pourel means for her. So Pascal and me, Pascal the shop owner, we decided I create another one. And I was imagining for the creation that I am in Morocco in the evening. I'm laying on the bed and the door to the terrace is open and in comes the warm desert air that brings the spices, the scent of the spices from the souk, the cookies that are being baked in the bakery, the smoke from the women cooking on open fire, all this a panopticum under the desert sky in the evening with the moon rising. That was the picture that guided me when I created L'Air du Désert. And when I filled it, and I brought it here, I filled it by hand in these bottles. Okay, maybe I can put it a little bit closer. You see, I printed these labels on transparent foil and sticked it to the bottle, and you see this perfume really now matured for 20 years. It's still wonderful. It's really just wonderful. It hasn't turned bad. What changed is it got a little bit more softer, a little bit softer. The color is different. Maybe you can see it here. Okay. You see, compared to modern every desert, after 20 years, this becomes almost like ambery. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. We want to talk about now maturation. What happened in the perfume and why it's happening, maybe. And I see that two bottles on the table. Unfortunately, people cannot see it, but there is two couple of things that you can pour the juice maybe. And you told me that before these two perfume has a different feeling time they had of production.
Yes.
So let's talk about this.
Let's get into that one. Okay. You see, sometimes we get questions. I get questions where people say, "Oh, I bought L'Air du Désert Marocain 6 years ago, and now I bought it again, and the fragrance is slightly different,
Or maybe
slightly
the color even, they come
color slightly different, you know." And I try to explain this is what you observe when a perfume matures.
Is it true that the maturation is like a whiskey? Like, for example, 10 years whiskey, almost something like happened to the whiskey is the same happening to perfumes?
Yes, the difference, however, to whiskey is normally stored in a barrel, in a wooden barrel. Then you have these things that come in from the wooden barrel. This is stored in glass, or here in glass, okay? But still, you have to imagine there are hundreds, thousands of different molecules in this bottle in alcohol, from jasmine absolute to cistus absolute, vetiver oil, you name it. Hundreds of molecules, and they all interact. And some of these interactions takes years to find the equilibrium. Okay, so if you don't touch a bottle, it's outside of the light. It is not exposed to oxygen. Nevertheless, it will mature. Okay, let's do the experiment now. You with me? Okay, so we have here. Let's go. So we have here the newest batch of L'Air du Désert that we are filling these days in the factory. And
You want to open it?
I want to open it. Yes. Let's do this. I mean, I can close it again. So it's no
And we have
problem.
everything here, yes.
Okay, and I try to do this, and sometimes this is
Very careful,
very
don't
easy.
destroy it.
Sometimes it's very
Okay.
hard, like now.
If you want, you can give it to me, I can do it.
Actually, um, you have a little bit more experience than me.
Yeah.
You see here how, yeah. You see here how good we crimp these things. Okay, but I managed to open it. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Very good.
this is the new batch, the newest batch of L'Air du Désert.
So the newest batch goes to this one, right at the left side of me, of course.
And by the way, you also see here's 50 ml, here's about 55, 56.
Yeah, I will talk about it before.
Yes. We always feel a little bit more. And this is L'Air du Désert, although it's the newest batch, it's unchanged. We don't reformulate, okay? Anyhow, here we have an L'Air du Désert Marocain, which is 1 year older. So we filled this about a year ago.
Okay.
Okay, so and here we try to do this better.
Okay.
Almost.
If you need help, just let me know.
Okay.
And be careful your hand.
Yes, no worries. So there we go.
Okay. You manage it, yeah.
Okay, I manage it, and now this goes into another 50 ml. Okay. And again, wow, we are lucky. If again we have more than 50 ml, 55 actually, and now
I think you need to bring both of them up to the.
Now you see that here. You see my finger. This is the 1 year older, and from my side to the right, from your side to I don't know. This is the newest batch.
So the right side is older, 1 year, and the left side is the newest batch.
It's the newest batch, right?
And the color is actually brighter than the new one.
Actually,
I can see that.
Yes, it's a little bit brighter, and if you leave it for 20 years, it will develop into this one.
Can you bring both of them with the newest batch? Wow, it's so different.
It's very different, yes.
The color is so different. The juice get very dark brown basically compared to the 20 years. First batch, I think, is that one. Am I right?
Yes, that's batch 001. And the thing is the following, important to know. Before we fill the perfume into bottles, the perfume sits for 2 months and is maturing already. So this is already 2 or 3 or 4 months old perfume that we are looking at here. So this was just a really quick experiment showing you what maturation means. Even within a year, you see a difference. The color developing a little bit further, the scent it's almost identical, but a little bit it gets rounder and softer.
Right, right. But unfortunately, I saw some comments and emails that, for example, they said that, oh, you change your box from metal, now your cardboard is very nice, but is it you reformulate your perfumes? I mean, I don't know. Actually, for me, it's a bit like a joke. I mean, how the cardboard and changing from metal box is meaning of changing a perfume. Even if the bottle is changed, it doesn't mean that. But you can tell me because I remember the first bottle was rectangle, and then it goes to pentagon. And you said to me that you had the same experience. Can you say about that?
So it's psychology. Okay. The first bottle was this one. It was packed in a box that looked like a cheap box, okay?
Normal box,
And
yeah.
normal box, yes. Then we had a rectangular bottle, also 50 ml. That was
That's one I remember.
exactly also packed with a ribbon around it. Then I switched to pentagonal bottles. Okay, first we had a pentagonal box metal, then we had a rectangular box metal, and now we have the cardboard box rectangular. The perfume, through all these changes of the presentation, has not changed. But with every change, I got some emails from some clients who say, no, it's not the same anymore. I can smell slightly a difference. And I even had once a client who had two perfumes with exactly the same batch number, meaning it came from the same stock and the perfume.
The same time feeling, product.
Exactly. Yeah. And one bottle was in the one box and one bottle was in the other box. And I explained it to the client, and the client had to say, yes, you're right. Rationally, they must be the same. But for me, they smell differently. And this is psychology. There's nothing you can do. The thing is only, I propose to look at the perfume as what it is. It's scented emotions, liquid emotions. It's a wonderful offering, and the packaging is just a side thing, you know.
Perfect. I hope that the next episode I can come also sit beside of you. This is I remember very well because El Désert Marocain and I think Incense Rose and I think Sundowner was these three perfume that we had the same lot in a metal box and also cardboard when we were switching because we had some metal box we want to use them and finish them and then we switched to the cardboard. So we had a perfume, same lot number, but two different packages, which is some client also talk about it. They said, yeah, I bought it, and the both of them has the same lot number. But anyhow, this is, I agree with you, this is a kind of psychological things that comes, but unfortunately it's not true. And here we are, we have example. Maybe you want to show it again or not? No, I don't think so necessarily.
One more time.
One more time.
20 years old.
Because I'm so proud of the color. The color for me is very, very
it's actually wonderful.
Interesting. You know,
it's really nice.
It's become very dark brown, you know. Yes. And compared to the first one, can you just point it up? You don't need to use the paper. I know that is difficult to handle it. Yeah. I mean, I cannot see anything on the background. You're right.
We cannot spray it on video, but tell you, very good. It should, of course, be sprayed on skin and all that. 20 years old, very good, even better. So here's what you have to do, okay? You buy a bottle of L'Air du Désert now, okay? You put it at room temperature or 15 degrees in a drawer, you forget about it.
No light, no direct light.
No light, don't use it, just put it there, okay? Make it stand straight, put it there. Wait for 10 years, then open the drawer and smell it, and you will be amazed.
Yeah, I have the same experience with the 50 ml rectangle bottle. So thank you. Anyhow, thank you very much. Any words?
Yeah, the next time we would also like to see the guy behind the camera in front of the camera. And that's all for the moment. When we find time here in the factory, it's very busy right now. Then we do another one here from the couch. to talk a little bit about the past and maybe a glimpse into the future and things that happened in the last 20 years in the world of perfume making in the Little Tower Perfume Manufactory.
I hope so too.
Okay, and until then, you enjoy your day and you enjoy your Air du Désert Marocain, whatever batch it is.